Into the final day of league stage action we go with so much still at stake. Mumbai Indians host Sunrisers Hyderabad at Wankhede Stadium in a must-win clash for their playoff hopes. Tom Moody here to look ahead to match number 69. Mumbai are back at Wankhede, where they've been so strong. It's a ground where Sunrisers have historically not had the best of times. Add to that the present season, which has been quite forgettable. Is this a game that seems easy to call?
You would think so from the outset, just purely around the points you make. Sunrisers have had an extremely disappointing campaign where Mumbai Indians have really gathered some momentum, and particularly at home, they've really understood how to play at the Wankhede Stadium, and if anything, it suits their strength, which is really their power batting.
So, what are the potential pitfalls then that Mumbai look to avoid in this must-win? There is one particular threat in the batting lineup for sure.
Yeah, well, Klaasen's a threat, isn't he? He's shown that, with not just the 100 he just recently scored, but throughout the tournament he has been a major consistent performer for Sunrisers in a inconsistent season for a team. But also, like in any situation like this, it has the potential banana skin scenario where you've got a side that's seems to have lost its compass. And sitting at the rock bottom of the table, and they're really thinking, well, what have we got to lose here? That we can really crash this party and make it very difficult for Mumbai. And it's not if Sunrisers don't have the player capability. They've got the stock. It's just whether that stock is going to rise.
Now, if you look at the Mumbai batting, of course, has been the story, especially when they played at Wankhede. They've bossed pace, and you face a Sunrisers side which generally lines up with a lot of seamers. Does that play into Mumbai's hands?
It does, but what's going to be interesting around team selection from the Sunrisers is, are they going to read into that? Are they going to look into where Mumbai have dominated and where the potential weaknesses are? And have they got the resources to be able to counteract that? Are they going to consider someone like Adil Rashid, the leg spinner, as an overseas option, or Akila Hussain, who's bowled, just played in the one game? So they have the ability to shift their overseas player combination to accommodate some support for Mankandi. So they have got the capability of being a threat with spin, but it's whether they look at it that way.
From a Sunrisers perspective, you've given your assessment on their season and what went wrong. What are the things you're hoping to see in this last game? And also, how tough can it be to just get a team to rock up after this kind of a season for the last game?
Look, I think there's this is a bit of a cliche, but there's an enormous amount of pride at stake. Not only from a franchise perspective, but from an individual's perspective, is that if you can walk away from a team perspective with a win in a disappointing season, at least you close the chapter of this season in a positive fashion. If it's another loss, it hurts even more, and that closure of the season takes longer, and is probably the senior management and owners will drill down even deeper into the problems and woes of the season. So, and then from an individual point of view, if someone pulls off an act like a Klaasen performance that we saw against RCB, or a 3 or 4 wicket haul, people are going to view their whole season completely differently, and that player in particular very differently, and that may well cement his opportunity moving forward.
You have, over the last week of this league stage, successfully predicted some banana peels. Are you calling another one this time?
No, I don't think so. I think at home Mumbai are far too strong. I think they've got too many players in too good a form, and Rohit is just starting to show, some really good form himself. He's just finding that middle of the bat and timing the ball well. So, I just think they've got, too much power.
Right, you've heard it from Tom Moody. Can Mumbai Indians get the job done? Build up to that Sunday afternoon game begins at 3 p.m. IST on Visit Saudi presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout.